So yesterday I was going through YouTube and a couple of videos were popping up as after watching your video, and one of the videos that popped up was the Kassim Shettima, current vice president, but then running mate to Bola Tinubu towards the 2023 general elections, and it was on Channels TV's interview with Shehu Kibaloye, and then he said something in this particular interview that that opened my eyes to a couple of things, right? And I'll allow you to see the video. It's a short one, and then we'll come back and talk some more. This is Kassim Shettima on Channels TV before the 2023 general election. I think this was even before the APC primary, so to speak.
An idea to tell you, sir, that when the president emerged as the presidential candidate of the APC, he has a captive vote of 10 million in the north, but his popularity in the south was very low. It was the same southwest people that repackaged him, that brought in experts, the Devil Axelrod from the Obama team and so on, that repackaged him and sold him to the Nigerian people. You cannot dispute established facts. You may hate Bola Tinubu as a person, but as H.S. Aga said, the truth that sets men free is most often the truth that men prepare not to hear, and we'll continue telling them.
Okay, so Kassim Shettima there, and like I said, it was before the elections, and the beautiful thing, who Kassim was talking about there was Muhammadu Buhari, and then at that time it was looking like Muhammadu Buhari wasn't going to honor the gentleman agreement and the effort of Bola Tinubu in supporting him to become president, a race he had even retired from and said he wasn't going to contest. And the thing he said here is that though Buhari had entrance or inroads, political inroads into the north, the south, it was unpopular in the south, and they required some form of image laundering to be able to sell him to Southerners. And they brought in experts from Obama's camp, and that is the point. So a lot of people have, even Jonathan has said that the role that Barack Obama and the U.S. government played in removing from office was, and some people thought it was just blabbing, right? And this exposed the fact that people like Bola Tinubu are not people that we should honor. They are when we say external influences that has taken over our society. Bola Tinubu was one of those persons that went to call them. You heard, Bola Tinubu brought in influences, brought in experts, not just to, and then the goal has not, if you know that, of course, as you were doing image laundry for Muhammadu Buhari, you would have been detonating, you would have been damaging, demarketing the current government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. So they were expert hired. And remember, one of these experts that were hired, that were brought into doing this job was Omoyele Sowore. Yes, Omoyele Sowore was brought in. Don't forget that David Udein had a couple of weeks ago stated that Omoyele Sowore works for the U.S. government. Omoyele Sowore works for Barack Obama, works for Bola Tinubu, and then he was brought in by the U.S. government for the particular hatchet job he came to do for Muhammadu Buhari and Goodluck Jonathan. So this particular conversation of the role Omoyele Sowore played in removing Jonathan from office, again, like I said, it wasn't because Jonathan had a very good government. It wasn't that he was a good man. Okay, he was a good man, certainly. It wasn't that he was the best of president. But the fact that you needed to have had an orchestrated arrangement, a criminal one for that matter, to have removed him from office and sold a clueless dumb to Nigerians. You can never be forgiven for that. And I have said it repeatedly. A few persons voted for Buhari unknowingly. Vulnerable people that thought that he was going to be the Messiah, and you can forgive them. But people that did the hatchet job, the people that were the political and media snipers that needed to put off the light of Jonathan, exposed everything about Jonathan. And then that's why this APC guy see Omoyele Sowore as their colleague. It seems to be their friends, and I'm not just wanting to. This particular clip again just reopened old wounds to say, what was all that for? Who were the people You were going to do image laundering for a man that was dumb, a clueless, valueless, worthless individual whose 8 years as president was the worst anybody can think of. Total dumb. And I'm not even trying to even, if I get the words off social media, I will tell you how it seems. And Showore demarket Jonathan for this kind of person. And you cannot come and tell me that you later realize. You should have known from day one. Your problem was exposing Jonathan. I have asked, where were the videos, where were the articles against Buhari prior to 2015 elections? Where were they? If you say you were going to demarcate Jonathan, it's not possible that as we were demarcating Jonathan, you now left it open for the benefit of Buhari, and you say it did not concern you. The videos the other day of you going to the coming for the inauguration or going around and people celebrating and chanting APC, you are using false narratives and damage control to say that it wasn't planned. How can you, a journalist, it mean that Shehu Kibaloye now will enter the campaign secretariat of and they will be chanting the political party that you don't like on his head, and it will be comfortable to stay there. You enjoyed it because for you the goal was to make Buhari president because you were hired to do the job. And we will remain here. This conversation will continue until Showore owns up that he worked for the APC 2015 election, and he may still be working for them, even if I can make excuses for you on a few things, because the drama that has ensued, some of these things that have happened to Showore in Nigeria is enough to know that, bro, this is beyond just somebody. There is something that is within you. There is something that you have with Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Maybe Buhari did not honor that agreement with Showore, but Tinubu is honoring it, and we can see very clearly. Don't deceive yourself, because right now what Showore supporters are doing everywhere is that it's Peter Obi that is. I will make a post and talk about electoral reforms. You are saying Peter Obi. Why is Showore not talking about the electoral reforms? Why is he not bothered about making Nigeria have free and fair elections? Why? Why are you concerned about protests and noise on social media or on the feed? Talk about the things that will give us qualitative leadership. Go ahead and talk about electoral reforms, and don't deceive yourself there. I beg.